Hello, welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at TMD Motorhomes in the Midlands and I'm here to review this. This is the new Bürstner B66 and this is the 644 model. For 2026, Bürstner have released the special B66 range, and in the UK there's 5 different layouts available. As I say, the B644 is the one we're going to be looking at today. These are an excellent limited edition model by Bürstner at a good price point with plenty of equipment, and they're already proving incredibly popular based on sales that have already been made. So let's take a look around and find out what we need to know. So making a start at the front. The B66-644 is a rear lounge model with drop-down bed. There's other layouts available in the range. They're all based on the Fiat with a 2.2 litre diesel engine, 140 horsepower and automatic transmission as standard. Now the price for the 644 layout is £78,395, and that includes the equipment that I'm going to be showing you today. Based on the Fiat, you will get a standard, the grey coloured cab that we can see here, and then the graphics or decals for the 2026 season. The B66 all have this colour on the bronze and then the grey finish as well, matching the cab nicely. In terms of size, the 644 layout is 6 metres and 99 centimetres in length, so it's just under 7 metres, which is a good length. In terms of width, it's 2 metres and 30 centimetres wide, and for height, it's 2 metres and 95 centimetres. Weight-wise, so the B66 is 3,650 kilos. You will need the C1 category on your driving licence for that. This one has 4 berths and 4 travel seats. Right, so we can see the front of the cab. We have the Bürstner logo badge, the B66, that Fiat front grille, and down here there are the driving or cornering lamps, and then as we come up we can see, because it's a semi-integrated model, that we have the front of the cab there, the Bürstner logo and our sunroof. We'll go down the offside first. Now, although Bürstner is a German manufacturer, all our models are right-hand drive. The habitation door is also found here on the offside as well. I'll open the cab door up and we can see in here. So in terms of upholstery, so the B66 range, you have 3 options: stone, cream or the chocolate fabric, so you can choose which one you prefer. This one here in the stone, and they all have this leather finish to them, so really nicely finished in the price point. You will get blinds in the cab and also here on the side windows, so that is the front cab area seen from here. One thing I also like, and this is fairly common on most European manufacturers, they'll generally give you a side step here as well, which does make getting into the cab that little bit easier. Up on the roof, what are we going to get as standard? Well, you are going to get a 100-watt solar panel, Wi-Fi, and inside you'll get a lithium battery to complement that solar panel. You're also going to get this wind out 2-lay awning, and it has got an LED light strip running underneath as well. That's something personally I always like to see, so that's fitted as standard. I've already mentioned the habitation door here on the offside. It is a good width door as well. Bürstner do well on their entrance doors. Coming down, there's an electric step that is included as well. Here we have an external television point, so you can watch TV outside as well if you wanted to hook up a 12-volt television. Then we have our electric hookup point, and then we also have an external gas barbecue point. So if you have got your awning out and you're sat out, you can get your Kadak out here. Then we have our water filling point. On board, a 101 fresh litre tank and a 90 litre grey waste. And then continuing back, we have our garage. Now, European motorhomes always do very well on garage space, and Bürstner are certainly no different to that. This one, because we have got a rear lounge, you will see there is some intrusion on this garage. Other models will have different sized garage, but there's an incredibly good height there and room down this side for all our outdoor equipment and things you may wish to take in the motorhome. So that's our garage space, and you do get a light in there as well. Right, continuing on to our back end. So the back end on the B66 range, we can see B66 embossed up there in the top near side corner, and then the Bürstner logo. Within that logo there is actually a rear view camera, and that's also a high level brake light as well, which lights up quite nicely. Because this has the rear lounge, we have a window at the back here. We'll see more when we go inside, and then the Bürstner name across the back, and then the recognisable Bürstner light cluster as well. No changes on that for the 2026 season. Coming down the near side, we have a second garage door, and then we have a vent for the Truma air-blown heating. So on board it's the Truma 6E. So when you're on electric hookup, it's going to run off the electric, and off-grid, you're going to run that off gas. We've also got an external shower here, and then we have storage for our gas bottles. You will get two 11 kilo gas cylinders in there. And then under here, we also have the drop point for our water as well, just under there. And then last but not least, our toilet cassette point, because yes, the toilet is up here in the front, which is quite unusual. Let's venture around, dive inside and find out more about this 644 layout. So back at the habitation door, the electric step, the button for this is here. I always say stand well back, because they do tend to deploy quite far out, and I may have hit my own shins in the past. So a bit of advice, stand well back. Now the habitation door, once opened, we can see we've got the grey and the white. There are a couple of storage containers here. You could put wet leads or umbrellas in there, and we have a bin as well situated in the door. For privacy, you will get the concertina blind as well. There is a fly screen too, so if you have the door open on a warm day, it'll stop the bugs getting into you. Right, let's make our way inside. I'm going to head straight back into the lounge space, and then we'll work our way through. So back here, we see the lounge area with the leather. Now, the finish on this, I've already mentioned, there's three colour schemes: cream, stone and chocolate. This one here, we can see it in the stone fabric, and you will get a leather cushion to complement that with B66. There's a couple of cushions, there's another one here. These are a nice size, nicely finished, and what I always like about Bürstner is the finish on the interior. It's always got a nice plush feel, and we can see that here on the quilted fabric, and it is really nice and soft and cosy. So the lounge, there's no fixed bed. We have a drop-down bed, which I'm going to talk about and demonstrate in a minute, and then the lounge. Now, the benefit of the lounge is there's plenty of space to relax. You'll also get a fixed table. The table does slide and move around, but it is fixed, so it will be here. When you use your drop-down bed, you'll push this down and it drops down. The lounge area, this will actually convert into a double bed. So if you are a family of 3 or 4 and you're wanting to use the bed, you will get a large bed here of 206 centimetres long and 138 centimetres wide. But for the rest of the time, you can relax. Let's move back here first of all. So this was the back window that we saw outside. You'll see that there is a net dropping down on there. You also do get a blind. In the back left-hand corner, you'll see that there is my left-hand side, so it's the offside of the motorhome. There's a plug socket back there if you need to charge anything. And then if I just stand up, this is an additional mattress cushion. And then here, we do have some storage, and that's where the ladder's kept for the drop-down bed. You can also store other items under there as well. Right at the back of the motorhome, you can see under there, there's light switches, and then there's these little LED lights. They do slide along the bar. You may have seen those on other European manufacturers. Another plug socket back there. One thing I've noticed with the B66, there are plugs and USB chargers everywhere. We also have on each side a storage locker. So there's one on the near side and on the off side. I'll close that up. And then coming down, there is a further light switch here for operating the lights that are here in the motorhome. On the near side, we have a good sized window with a blind and a fly screen, and these nets, you can drop them down as well for additional privacy, and the lounge area continues around. You'll also see a large window on the off side as well, and there's underlights here and here. These are a touch function there. Right, I'll move down. So this, as I say, converts into a bed. And then above me, we have the drop down bed. So if you are wanting to use this, it is electrically operated here. You turn the key and there's the up and down mechanism. You deploy that down, and this bed is going to give you 205 centimetres of length and 155 centimetres of width. So that is a really good size, king size bed coming down from above you. You'll also see situated just in the corner there under the bed, a USB charging point as well. Then we move into the kitchen area. I'll do the near side first. So the kitchen space, there is a small lip here to stop spillages into the lounge. I'd maybe have just wanted an additional higher acrylic piece here just to stop any splashes, as I say. We do have a matte black tap, and then the sink cover here, which I can remove and add there. Circular sink. The finish on this is a grey speckled effect that we can see. And then moving along, we have our hob and Thetford oven and grill. If I lift this up, you'll see we have 3 gas burners. In Europe, it's unusual to have an electric hot plate, so 3 gas burners are fairly standard on European motorhomes. And then under here, we have the dual oven and grill, and this runs just off gas. As we come down, we have a small amount of storage here under the oven. And then coming along, we have our bank of drawers. There's also a nice LED strip light running underneath. Drop that down, we have access to the gas there, so you can isolate the gas if needed. And then we have a cutlery tray in this drawer. And these are soft close as well. Give them a little push to speed it up. And then the bottom drawer is a nice deep drawer, so you get plenty of items in there. And these drawers, they do have a push-in mechanism, so you just need to give them a push-in to operate them. Now coming up, we have our splashback, opening window with a blind and a fly screen, and a little LED that runs along here, and a USB charging point here as well, so you can also charge items if you are in the kitchen or sitting there. Then we have some cupboard space. I'll open these up for us. You can see the first locker there, and then into the second one there. So shelving available within there. And they're not a bad height. Even if you're small, you should still be able to reach in and get those items. The wood finish, I do like the wood finish, and you can see here, it's a mid wood. So it's not too light, it's not too dark, a nice mid finish. And again, lighting running around here. The ceiling is a solid white. It's not a padded ceiling. It is just a solid white ceiling. I'll finish here and then we'll move back to the tower fridge and freezer. So here we do have wardrobe space. It is full currently of cushions. These are going to be used if you are using it as a 4 travel seat motorhome. So you've got some additional cushions here, and they've been stored in here. But there is a rail up there, and that's going to be wardrobe space for yourselves or your family, depending on how many are travelling. Coming down, there's another plug socket here, so if you have got a kettle or something, you can bob that on there. These are blank plates. And then coming down, we have further storage here again. There is a little bit of intrusion there. I believe that's the gas locker that we saw outside. And then moving over here to the off side. So I've already said about the control for the drop down bed. Here we have a plug socket, a further plug socket, plug-in for the 12 volt and the television, and a television bracket. So you put your TV on here and then you can watch it in the lounge, or if you're in the drop down bed as well. So as well as the TV being secured on the wall, you have this additional worktop space here. You can use your table as additional worktop space, so you're not just limited to the kitchen, because that is a little bit of a compromise on the worktop space. Then we have our Thetford fridge and freezer, and look at this, 175 litres. Let me open this up. So an excellent size fridge, and then under there we have our freezer slide out as well. So again, a good size fridge and freezer if that is important to you. Closing that up. Now this is the doorway, obviously we came through here. Let's talk about the controls. So this is a control for the Truma air blown heating and the hot water, and this is the control for the motorhome itself. It's going to tell you your battery level, your water level, and you'll be able to turn the main lighting on and off from this panel. Coming down, we have a rather posh glass cabinet here. So opening this up, You can obviously put your glasses in here. You can put little bits in here as well if you wanted. And then we have a further storage shelf here and another USB charging point as well. And then the light switches, the electric step button, and a little bit of storage as you come in the door. Again, you could put wet items in there or dog leads, things like that. And then we'll move further back. So we've done the lounge, we've done our drop-down bed, we've done our kitchen space. Where do we shower and go to the loo? Well, it's back here. First of all, I'll just show you the door here. So when you need privacy from that habitation area, you can close the door there. And then when you don't need that, we open that up. Now, first of all, let's talk about the shower. The shower is on the off side. It's at the front of the motorhome. And because it hasn't got wheel arch intrusion, you've actually got a very good sized shower. You'll see there's that bronze panelling running down. We have the black shower head and 2 plug holes as well, and the shower screens as well, which do have that nice frosted finish to them. There's 2 lights in there and ventilation. I'll just step in. So obviously you can see me in it. You probably won't be showering in your coat. If you are, something might be going wrong. But yeah, good size shower. Obviously the screen comes across. So that's our shower space. You'll also see an additional privacy screen here. So once you arrive on site, you can pull that across. The cab is then separate from your living space. You've really separated the driving to the rear as well. And you don't have to close all your cab blinds. You can literally pull this screen across. I like that idea. That is really good. Pull that back. And we'll just have a quick look into the cab because it's not that easy to see from the interior. So let's poke our heads in here. So we have our captain's chairs. These don't swivel because they are obviously fixed there. But you can see the Fiat dash, the entertainment system and the multifunctional Fiat steering wheel. Coming through, we then, if you swing around, we'll have a look in the washroom. So the washroom is at the front and it's on the near side of the motorhome. Now this one does have the Thetford swivel toilet, as we can see here, and we have a good sized sink and another matte black tap. You've also got a storage shelf as well for putting your toiletries on. And then if I open this cupboard, so in here we have a nice amount of storage space underneath and a toilet roll holder. You put your toilet roll on there and then feed it through the letterbox flap. Also in here there is a good size rectangular mirror, nice lighting around it and above it. You do have a bar here, you can put some toiletries on there, and then above me you'll find there is a sunroof or vent. Again, that will open for ventilation. And here we have a toiletry cabinet as well. So opening that up, the one thing we haven't got is any bars across to stop toiletries moving when you've been driving. So just be careful when you open that cupboard. That's something I talk about, I know, but I think it's important as a motorhomer personally. So that is our washroom space. Fairly simple, but at the price point, I'd be quite happy with that personally. Right, let me close this door up. We've also got a little bar there to hang your towels, as you can see. And in the cab where Jules currently is, you'll also, I'll let you move around, see a large sunroof which does open. There's a blind and a fly screen on there, and a storage shelf running all the way around the front there. And then as we come out, I'll just show you my special bottle storage area. So if you do like a drink, you can also store your bottles of whatever it might be in that little area there. My Pepsi Max would be in there. So there we go. That's the 644, a rear lounge layout. Good size lounge, nice for relaxing. We have got the Truma air blown heating. We've got that drop down bed back here, some nice lighting, various lighting effects. There's also a nice strip light that runs around here. It got nice lighting in here. Huge fridge freezer, absolutely fantastic. Kitchen, a little bit of a compromise, but you do get the worktop space in other places. And I would have liked to see maybe an acrylic splash back there, just so you don't get anything on your leather upholstery. Right, let's dive out. So that is the B66 motorhome in the rear lounge layout. Just over £78,000 for this model. Everything that I've shown you is included, including a solar panel, a lithium battery, the awning, Wi-Fi, the electric step. I think that just about covers it for the motorhome. If you are considering a rear lounge, but you're not so sure about a motorhome, the B66 is also available in a campervan. So what we'll do quickly is we'll take a look at the 644 Campervan, because that might be an option for you as well. Let's go take a look at that. Like I said, if you're not too sold on a motorhome and you're more interested in a campervan and you like that rear lounge layout, then on the B66 they do have two models in the campervan range, and one of them is the C644. So we'll have a look around that. Now this isn't going to be as detailed, but the main thing is we take a look at another option. So it is based on the Fiat Ducato, again the 2.2 litre diesel engine, 140 horsepower and automatic transmission, and price. So you're going to be looking at around £66,395. It is in the Lanzarote grey. The habitation sliding door is here on the offside. You will get for that price the electric step, and you will also get the awning, as we can see here running along the top, and the LED bar. In terms of heating, so this campervan has the Truma air-blown heating, but it's the diesel, the D6E. So when you're off-grid, it's going to run on diesel. When you're on electric hookup, it will run off the electric system. So it gives you that off-grid option. Now here you'll find the water filling point. You're going to have a 100 litre freshwater tank and a 90 litre grey waste tank. And these are the graphics or the decals for this model. In terms of length, so this campervan is 6 metres and 36 centimetres long, and it's a 3.5 tonne vehicle. So you can drive it on your car licence. And as you can see, it has got a nice exterior finish to it. Now round the back, let's take a look. So we will see the B66 embossed, because this is the name of the model. And there is a rear view camera there under that brake light. There isn't any windows, or there aren't any windows in the back doors, because this is the rear lounge, so it has a little bit of a different finish to the back. If we open the rear up so we can have a look inside. Now the good thing that I like about the campervan is you have got this nice rear garage space. Now normally on campervans you'll often have beds or lounge areas that come down both sides, and you do lose some in the rear of the camper. With this we have the full width, so you can get a bike in here if you're a keen cyclist, or this additional width is good for you. There is a light, you can see the fresh water tank there as well, and this is part of the lounge and the drop down bed, because we have got a bed here within the lounge area, which we'll see, and a drop down bed as well, which again I'll demonstrate inside. You'll also see the winder there for the awning. So that is our garage space on this camper. Right, let's close up the B66 644 and venture off down the near side. So on the near side, our electric hookup point is here. This is the vent for that Truma air-blown heating, your toilet cassette point and your diesel filling point, and obviously the door here into the cab area. I'll just show you into here. So within here you will find you'll get the blinds in the side windows on both sides, and also at the cab there as well, and there's a nice sunroof running along too, which we'll see a bit more of when we go inside. Right, I'll close the door up and we'll go take a closer look. So come on, let's venture inside this rear lounge model. So the habitation door here, if I open that up on the offside, you'll also see the electric step. I'll deploy that, again standing well back. There we go. Now this is our kitchen area that we can see. You'll find a gas storage locker here. Now this model, the 644, will only take one small gas canister there. Because the heating system is going to run off diesel or electric, we've only got a small amount of gas for our oven. Right, let's go in. So as I step in, I'll turn around. We can see the small amount of worktop space that we do have here, but there is an additional flap. So this is going to give us further worktop space. You also find a plug socket, and a light switch, so you can put a kettle or something on here and plug it in. There's also then a little bit of storage just under there. We can see the flooring colour is this light coloured finish. That's a vent there for the air blown heating. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to work my way through the camper and then we'll come back to the washroom at the end. So as I've come in through the door, you will get the fly screen, and the control panels for the camper van are above the door. Now in we go to the kitchen space. So within here, if I lift this up, you'll find 2 gas burners. So that's going to run off our gas bottle, and the sink with the tap. Again, hot and cold water, that coming from our Truma hot water system. And then fold those down. And then storage in the kitchen area. This is good, nice size cutlery tray here, so a good sized drawer. And then in this one, more storage space. And then down below, if I just open that up and that up there, you can see the storage that you're going to have underneath as well. So not a bad camper van kitchen area. Close it up. And then as I come up, you'll see there's more worktop space here, which is always quite handy. We've got another plug socket here, and then we've got a 12 volt light switches, an LED strip running under there. And then in here, if I open this, we've got a nice storage cupboard as well. And it's the same as the B66 motorhome that we've just looked at, with this nice light wood finish as well. And then opening this, another good size storage cupboard come wardrobe. You'll see there is a bar running just under there, so you can hang clothing in there. And there is a table leg. It's just wrapped in a cardboard box at the moment because obviously it's a new camper, because there is a table that goes here. So the table leg will go there, and the tabletop is stored at the front. Again, that Jules can show you that just there behind the passenger seat. So that is the tabletop. So when you don't need it, it's out of the way. Now, here's the rear lounge. Now, many of you may well be familiar with rear lounge camper vans. They normally have 2 bench seats. This has got a proper little lounge, and I think this could be quite popular. Again, we've got the 3 choice of the fabrics: stone, chocolate and cream, and it's in that leather finish with the B66 embossed on the cushion as well. And again, the beautiful quilted finish. And you can see the headrest. So this is a 4-berth camper van with 4 travel seats, seat belts back here. This will convert into a bed, so you can use this as a double bed. There is storage space on each side here of the camper. We can see those little cupboards there, speakers back there as well. And then on this side, you have got another plug socket and then light switches as well. Now, in terms of the bed space, yes, you can convert this and obviously have this as your bed. And then if I just come out here, we have a drop-down bed. Now, to fully deploy the drop-down bed, you do need to remove those headrests there, because when the bed comes down, you can choose where you want to put it. If you want to use it as a 4-berth, you can bring it down to this level. You'll see the infill cushions here. You can sleep literally across the camper, so the full width and length across the back. The other guests will then use the double bed below. If you are just a couple and you don't want to make this up every night, you can pull the double bed from above all the way down. You do just have to remove these and this, and you can bring it down to this level and climb on from there. To operate it, it's a manual operation. There's a lever here, so you pull this lever towards you like that, and then the bed is going to drop down. I'll make sure I don't drop it too far. So there we go, that has met the headrests now. Obviously, if you were to remove those, you can drop it lower, and it also has a ladder as well, so you don't have to worry about climbing up. To put the bed back up, you must have that pulled in, and then it's a push. And you can also see the nice sunroof up there as well. There we go, and it's locked back into place. It is quite heavy, but I've managed it, so it always gives you an indication, and that's, I say, where you're going to put the ladder there. So nice sunroof up there. And then I'll come over to the near side. Here on the near side, there is a USB, USC charger here, a plug socket, a 12 volt and a television bracket. So you're going to be able to watch the television here. You'll notice I am squatting down a bit. The compromise in this camper is headroom because you've got your drop down bed. Underneath, there's a nice shelving compartment, so places to store your clothing when you're on your travels. And then we have an 84 litre compressor fridge freezer. I'll open this up. So this runs only off electric, so no gas operation. So it runs off your 12 volt electric system. Freezer compartment, fridge, 84 litre. And then underneath there, we have a Thetford oven. This does run off gas, so that's going to be using that gas bottle. And then under here, we have a storage compartment as well. So plenty of storage in the B66. And then here we have our all-in-one washroom. I'll just pull this open. The door slides open, it's held on a magnet. And in there you will see our Thetford toilet, which is around the corner. It is a small space, so I will say that this is probably the biggest compromise on the campervan. Then we have the sink. You'll see the black tap. That also becomes the shower head, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. There is a storage cabinet and a mirror in the bathroom and also a bar for hanging towels. I'll now step round. So in here, there's the hook, the little cabinet, which I'll just open for us. There we go. Little shelves. They have got a small ridge to hold things hopefully in place. You're not going to get big toiletries in there, I must say. Quite limited. And then coming round, so this is going to be part of your shower. What you're going to do is push this clasp here. Once that's pushed in, this is going to slide across. So I'll just step out. You're going to slide this over the toilet and it's going to then reveal your shower space. You'll take that tap head off, use that as a shower. You can also place it up there. And that's the shower, and you've got drainage points down there in the base. There's also a vent from the air blown heating. When you've finished, wipe it down, slide across, and it's back into place. And then slide this back across, and that's your all-in-one washroom. So this is the B66-644, so the campervan version. Rear lounge, drop-down bed, 4 travel seats, 4 berths, not a bad sized kitchen, fantastic lounge, and the benefit of that nice garage space. You'll get your electric step, you'll get your awning, and you'll get the Lanzarote grey and the graphics. So that is another option for a rear lounge as opposed to just the motorhome. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at the B66 Motorhome 644 and the campervan C644. Thanks to TMD Motorhomes in the Midlands who've let us come and film these reviews. That is appreciated. I'll put a link in the description to their website and also to Bürstner, so you can explore the full Bürstner range for this season. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.